Hey y'all, Rick Sky here, and a lot of y'all have been posting a ton of comments when I post my Haluo AI, also known as MiniMax videos, and a lot of y'all have asked me, hey man, how do you create videos like that one using AI, using artificial intelligence? So within this video, I'm going to go through the process step by step how I use Haluo AI, also known as MiniMax, to create videos. And within this video tutorial, I'm going to use my video that I published. It's backcountry adventures in the Canadian Rockies. So we're going to go through step by step, and I'm going to show you step by step how I created all of those video clips using MiniMax and created the video that you may have already watched, and maybe you haven't. So be sure to subscribe to my channel. Check out my Haluo AI MiniMax video playlist, and you can find all my videos. I've got a lot of them now, tons more coming soon. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Haluo AI yet, you can check the link within this video's description. It is a phenomenal and mind-blowing tool for generating videos using artificial intelligence. Okay, so the video you just watched, I'm going to show you how I captured or how I created all of the clips within that video that you just watched. So we're going to scroll down here and we're going to go through clip by clip, and I will show you what are referred to as text to video prompts. Some of them I use subject reference, which of course was me, but we're going to go back to the beginning here. Now, it is worth mentioning, although MiniMax is incredible, there are times where sometimes I don't get the clip exactly like I would want, and I'll create another variation of it. And then there's sometimes elements that aren't exactly what I want within the clip. But that is not being nitpicky. This technology is mind-blowing. So the first clip, the video you just watched where I was cleaning my snowmobile, what I did for that, I used a character reference, and that was just a photo of myself that I uploaded, and the prompt that I typed, so I just said the character, referring to me, because that's the photo I selected, is performing snowmobile maintenance in front of his log cabin in the Canadian Rockies. There is heavy snowfall and smoke is going out of his log cabin's chimney. Now, the one element that I wanted to capture, and I still use this shot because I think it looks good, I wanted kind of to be more I wanted the cabin to be a little bit in the distance so you could see the chimney and the smoke coming out. But to MiniMax's credit, I could have been more descriptive within my prompt here to explain that. But nevertheless, I like this clip. Even though it wasn't what I had in my head, I liked it enough to where I didn't want to recreate it. So I kept that clip as is. The next clip, wasn't a huge fan of it. I decided to not use it. This clip I did use. And this clip, again, this was subject reference, which is me. And by the way, I've used the same photo of me throughout all of the clips where I did the subject reference. I just wanted to have consistency as far as how I look, being the character within this video. So for this clip, I simply said, the character is riding a snowmobile at high elevation in the Canadian Rockies. There is heavy snowfall due to a blizzard. And I think it did a phenomenal job capturing exactly what I wanted. I could have gotten more specific. I could have said, see, you could see it's kind of an orangish red snowmobile. I could have described the color of the snowmobile. I could have added, I mean, that's the beauty of AI for video, is that using text to video AI with MiniMax, one can be as creative with the prompt as they want to. So I mean, even with this being a somewhat basic prompt, the character, photo of myself, a snowmobile, well, and it's in the Canadian Rockies and there's a blizzard. So although that's concise, that's still descriptive, but I could get a lot more descriptive. But it, with that, captured a wonderful shot. Now this one right here is a little bit different. So my intent, as it reads here, now this was text to video. I didn't use subject reference, the photo of myself, but I said, a climber can be seen in the distance climbing an ice-covered mountain peak at high elevation in the Canadian Rockies. And then you can see this truck left, push in, pan right. When you create these videos, you can manually type these types of prompts or types of information in using the keyboard, or when you actually create the clip, it'll give you a few options you can choose. This right here is where you can really where you can become an AI camera operator expert once you learn and once you experiment with and then learn all of these camera tricks that can be done. Because you can see, I mean, it's showing the environment using this truck left, push in, pan right. You're really getting to see the environment. Now, although I used this shot, I took the climber out of it. Now, any of these shots you can do recreate and create more variations of it. And the good thing about that, and we're going to look at one with a Canadian lynx, which is like a Canadian bobcat, here in a little bit as we proceed through this tutorial. But in that scenario, I was able to capture exactly what I wanted. This, I didn't recreate, although I wanted a climber in the distance that you could see climbing a snow-covered peak in the Canadian Rockies. Although it didn't capture exactly what I wanted, and we're going to get to this part in a minute, I just used this part after it showed the climber because I like this. This looks cool. You really see the environment. This right here, I got it first try. I just said the character is climbing, and obviously the same photo as I mentioned I'm using throughout this. I used throughout this video. I didn't use any other photos of myself. The character is climbing the side of an ice-covered mountain in the Canadian Rockies using ice picks and crampons. So you can see he's got ice picks, and then those on his shoes are crampons. So he's able to grab a hold of the ice. So I thought it did a good job. I could have gotten more descriptive if I wanted to describe jacket color, any gear that's on his waist, but I just let the magic of AI, the magic of MiniMax, create the outfit. And I think it did a really good job of that without having to become overly descriptive. And this right here was the character is climbing the side of an ice-covered mountain in the Canadian Rockies using ice picks and crampons. So you can see I used the exact same subject reference, text to video prompt, the exact same verbiage, but by using the exact same verbiage, I got a completely different video clip, which I ended up using both of these clips as part of the video that you just watched. These right here, another subject reference. I said the character is riding a snowmobile at high elevation in the Canadian Rockies. There is heavy snowfall due to a blizzard. And you can see, I mean, that's just a very cool shot, very cinematic, captures the environment, the location, exactly what I wanted. So I used that. And I used the same prompt for this. But as you can see, another different yet equally awesome clip, which I also used, but I used the same prompts. This right here got what I wanted on the first try. This was a red rescue helicopters flying over the Canadian Rockies during the blizzard to try to find a lost hiker. And this did a phenomenal job. Rescue helicopter. It did a truck right, pan left tracking shot. So those were the camera tricks that I inserted at the end. And that's something I really want to work to master, because once I can really refine not only the subject matter for each clip, but the way the camera behaves, that is where this tool, it's already incredible. That's where it becomes more incredible. Now this one right here, unfortunately, I didn't get what I wanted. And the character is riding a snowmobile at high elevation in the Rockies. There is heavy snowfall due to a blizzard. He loses control of his snowmobile and crashes off the side of a mountain. So my intent was that, and I should have been more descriptive. And if this is something that I recreated several times, I probably could have achieved close to exactly what I wanted, but I decided to pivot and do what I'm about to show you now. So I didn't recreate that clip. No, I stand corrected. Actually, I did. The character, so this is the same verbiage in this one. But you can see in this one, different result. But I did use this. So I went here, and then boom, I used up to here. And I'm going to show you when I stitch all of these individual clips together how I use that clip. But I thought that clip looked really cool, even though it wasn't exactly what I wanted. So then I went through, and this was not, I decided to take subject reference out. See, there's subject reference, text to video, image to video. I decided to take subject reference out and just do a text to video for this one. So this one I used. I said a snowmobile with no one riding it crashes off the side of a mountain in the Canadian Rockies during a blizzard. The snowmobile explodes after making impact with the ground that is several thousand feet below. So I really wanted it to go off the side of the mountain and then see a fiery explosion down below. But I thought the way that it handled this shot, and you're able to see the environment, the explosion, I thought it looked really cool, and obviously ended up using this clip. This next one, I didn't use. It's still a cool shot, but I'll show you why I didn't use it. Because then I wanted to capture the rescue helicopter coming in and trying to find the person that was driving the snowmobile, which was me. So I said a red rescue helicopter circles the burning wreckage of a snowmobile at high elevation in the Canadian Rockies during the blizzard. And then I typed in this. It typed it in for me. I selected, when you create these clips, you can select among various camera behavior for the text to video type shots. And I worked that in. And I thought it did a good job. So I used that clip. This clip was great. It's flying over the wreckage. What I didn't intend to get, and so you can see right here, when it flies over, we could say that's a rescue party, but I didn't want anybody else visible. I just wanted the helicopter, remote location, circling the wreckage of the snowmobile that's still burning. So I used this clip, but when we get to the next part and I show you how I pieced them together, I cut it before the people were visible. Very cool clip. This right here, I got exactly what I wanted first go around. The character crawls through an ice cave at high elevation in the Canadian Rockies during a blizzard. A realistic looking Bigfoot can be seen following the character, but the character is unaware that Bigfoot is there. It captured exactly what I wanted it to do. And it is a realistic looking Bigfoot. Now that's an operative word right there, or two operative words, realistic looking, because if I didn't do that, sometimes it could potentially create a Bigfoot that looks cartoonish, and I wanted it to look real. And you can even see the snow on Bigfoot's feet. Incredible, incredible shot. This right here, I didn't do recreate. It's cool, but the moose runs beside me. It says the character is running along a ridge at high elevation in the Rockies during a blizzard. He has been chased by a realistic looking moose. So the moose looks real. I could have rerun this a few times and probably gotten exactly what I wanted. Still a cool shot, but I didn't use it. This right here, I got exactly what I wanted first go around. And I just said a close-up shot of a rescue helicopter's pilot calling off a search and rescue mission at high elevation in the Canadian Rockies during the blizzard. Exactly what I wanted. Maybe I could have redone it if I wanted it. Maybe I could have been more descriptive and say, you know, shaking his head no or whatever, but I thought it was a great shot. It captures concern in his face and illustrates that, well, he didn't find the person operating the snowmobile. This right here is interesting. I didn't use it, but I said the character is sliding down the side of a mountain at a high rate of speed during the blizzard. He looks extremely scared. It called it the fear factor, but I wouldn't really say he's necessarily sliding down the mountain, so I didn't use that. This was an interesting shot, but you notice instead of sliding down the mountain, he's actually going up. Well, and you'll see, you know, I did use this clip, but what I did, and we're going to get to that in a minute, I reversed it. So instead of going up the mountain, he's sliding down. This clip right here I didn't use. Again, same text to video prompt, but didn't, I mean, even though it looks good, it didn't achieve what I wanted. I mean, I wanted the character sliding down the mountain. Sometimes you just got to redo them if it's really a clip that you want. This clip I did redo, although this looks cool. I said the character has climbed a tree during a blizzard in the Canadian Rockies, a realistic looking Bigfoot, and that's, again, that realistic dash looking is so important, has grabbed both of the character's ankles and is aggressively pulling them down the tree. Well, he doesn't grab my ankles. He doesn't look aggressive. Although it's a cool shot, I didn't use it, but what I did do is generate another one. And you can see here, although he doesn't grab my ankles, he grabs me. Although it wasn't 100% what I wanted, it's a cool shot. He's grabbing me. I decided to not recreate it, but to use this. So I used this clip within my video that you just watched. This clip right here I used within the video you just watched. I said the character jumps over a wide crevice that is several thousand feet deep. This is at high elevation in the Canadian Rockies during the blizzard. Okay, well, it didn't capture him jumping over a crevice or crevasse, whatever you want to call it, but it was still a cool shot and ended up using it. And then I ran that one again, the same text to video prompt, and this is what I got. So he's not jumping over a crevasse, but I used part of this, the beginning part, because I thought it was cool, cinematic looking. So I used that. This right here is the character is climbing a tree at high elevation in the Canadian Rockies while being chased by Canadian lynx during the blizzard. I didn't use this particular shot, although it was cool, but I did use this one, which used the same prompt. And I cut a little bit out. See that part where I put my hand over his paw? That looked kind of weird. So when we get to the next part of this, I'll show you how I removed that, but I did use the beginning part of this. Cool clip. Likewise, I also used a good portion of this clip right here. And then this right here was, and I used the same text to video prompts. So this was the first one I did, which I didn't use. And I said, a realistic looking Bigfoot pounds his chest to celebrate victory Oh, Victor. I forgot the Y. So maybe if I'd included the Y, maybe it would have gotten exactly what I wanted. But I wanted him pounding his chest in excitement because he pulled the character being me, out of the tree. But I did use this clip. I thought it was cool. You can see the environment. You can see Bigfoot. It's basically implying that he's the king of the Canadian Rockies, and nobody should mess with him. So that's how I wrapped up the video. So this is what I've done within MiniMax. All of this is MiniMax. Now let me show you how I put all the clips together. So we're going to flip over to that piece now. So this right here is just Final Cut Pro 11. It's the latest and greatest version of Final Cut Pro for Mac. I would highly encourage everyone to use a Mac computer. Yes, there are Windows-based video editing software, but Mac, in my opinion, is the best. But the beauty of MiniMax, the clips that you've generated, which are all about 6 seconds in duration, 5 or 6 seconds in duration, they you could stitch them together in most any editing software. But here's what I did to accomplish what I accomplished within this video. Now the music, the cinematic soundtrack, I did not generate that with MiniMax. I just brought my own cinematic soundtrack. But this clip right here I used in its entirety. This is the one where I wanted to get the smoke coming out of the chimney, but I still thought it was a cool shot. This one I used in its entirety. It was one of the snowmobile shots. This one I used the whole thing. This one as well, the entire thing. This one I used the whole thing. This one I cut, and you can see here if I hit. Well, I'm not going to hit play because then you're going to hear the audio. But I cut it because then I flipped into the crash clip. And then I've got the helicopter. And that's the portion there of one of the clips, not a full clip. And then this one, I mentioned I cut it off before you saw the people that become visible. That one's a full clip. Actually, this is the helicopter clip where I cut off short because the people appeared. Now you'll see these here, like this one that says 50%. So this is the one where originally it had the climber visible. So I started this where the climber was not visible. And then I retimed this clip within Final Cut Pro. I just selected the clip and I used the smooth slow-mo and I did a 50%. So that retimed it, made it look really smooth. This clip I used in its entirety, the rescue helicopter pilot calling off the search and rescue mission. Entire clip there, entire clip there. Again, these two clips were the exact same text to video verbiage, but they produced two very different and two very usable clips. Again, these clips have been retimed. This one right here was a portion of one of the clips, and then I retimed it to 50% slow-mo within Final Cut Pro 11 and worked it into the video. I thought it looked really cool and cinematic. This is the one right here where I climbed up. Not exactly what I wanted. I think that may have been one that referenced the crevice or the crevasse. This one right here I used, I think I used the entire clip for it. This is the sliding one. You know, I mentioned that it was actually sliding up the mountain, but obviously one would slide down the mountain. So what I did with it, I did the reverse clip option within Final Cut Pro 11, and it resulted in me sliding down the mountain without me having to regenerate that clip within MiniMax. And then this one right here, as I mentioned, I cut it before, see, he puts his paw on the tree. But in the full MiniMax clip, I put my hand over his paw, and that just looked weird. It didn't look like the lynx was intimidating. That clip, I think I used the entire clip where he's up in the tree. And then Bigfoot pulling me out of the tree. He was supposed to pull me by my ankles, but I still thought that was an awesome shot, so I used it. And then Bigfoot pounding his chest to celebrate victory. So, and then I left a little bit of, just for dramatic effect, a little bit of dead space there so the screen just turns black. So that's how I do it. I hope this video tutorial was helpful, and I hope that it enables you to begin creating your own Haluo AI videos. MiniMax videos, whatever you want to call them. And if you got any questions, just comment down below, because like you, I'm learning this tool as well. And one of the coolest things about MiniMax is that, I mean, at the time of posting this video, the technology is still in its infancy. But even though it's still in its infancy, as you've just witnessed, I mean, it is mind-blowingly just, it almost feels like magic. I mean, I've edited videos for many years, but using MiniMax, I mean, it's provided me with a level of creativity that would not have been possible without MiniMax. So again, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please ask your questions, post your comments, and I'll try to respond within upcoming videos. Now, if you have not subscribed to MiniMax yet, I've linked Haluo AI, also known as MiniMax. I provided a link to that within this video's description. And also be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my Haluo AI MiniMax video playlist. That's where you're watching this video, and I'm going to post tons more. I'm learning MiniMax as well, but as I learn, I will share my MiniMax adventures with you here on my channel. So be sure to subscribe, youtube.com/iRixGuy, and when you do, ring that bell, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.